All right, y'all, let's just go and get this party started because if I keep on playing around, it's going to take me like 30 minutes to try to get a good angle and all the other kind of stuff. So, yeah, man, today we got red beans and rice. My mom's red bean and rice, which is one of my favorite foods ever. I got my last two of my can of dry fruit splashes. Got some hot sauce, of course. I know not everybody cares about Louisiana hot sauce, but I like it. So, red beans, rice, cornbread, turkey legs. Let's get into it. Go ahead and put some dabs of hot sauce. If y'all saw that, just know I'm not cutting that out. Red beans, rice. At least when my mom makes is always so satisfying. She used to always do it with turkey necks, but all they had was turkey legs. If y'all hear sounds like somebody, sucking off a horse, I apologize. Tell them over and over again, stop all that sucking off horses. But, what you gonna do? There's eating, and then there's eating like he ain't got no sense. That's how I'm able to appreciate people who do ASMR and they do it, they got their mics and everything, and how they eat, and how they're chewing and swallowing their food and stuff like that. It does actually have like a somewhat relaxing kind of like feel to it versus, what I'm saying, dealing with people who just smack when they eat and they just act like they ain't got no sense. Ridiculous. Because at that point, you might as well be making video yourself. I'm sure there's people who like annoying smacking like that. I sure don't. By the way, I bought this Red Velvet Chips Ahoy. From the picture of the cookie, you got cream. Look like it got cream in the inside. So I don't like the chewy Chips Ahoy. I'm not really a Chips Ahoy guy, really, but I used to think that when they first came out with the chewies, that was the way to go because I like a softer cookie anyway. But you gotta think about chewy, like. So I want to see how it is because I love red velvet. Mm. Ain't no turkey neck, but it's gonna have to do. I think I put too much rice on my plate and not enough beans. But the only two red beans I like in the world, Popeyes and my mom's. My stepmom make red beans. I don't know about nowadays because I don't live with them no more. But back when I was living with them, um, she used to always make it with like the Blue Runner. out the can, trash. I here's the thing. I made it clear that I didn't like that. I didn't like her red beans, didn't care for it, so I just opted to eat hot dogs and noodles. My dad was always trying to make a big deal about it, like I wasn't being mean. Not like I was sitting there saying your red beans trash, it's garbage, blah blah blah. No, I just didn't like it. I'm somebody who has no problem with eating stuff out of a can or whatever the case may be, as well as, you know, something made from scratch or whatever. Red beans is not one of those things that I want to eat from a can. And I don't even think Blue Run is a good brand anyway. Camellia or whatever, the brand with the little flower or whatever, it's the way to go. Now I know Blue Runner also makes their beans in a pack, but I still doubt it'd be that much different. Something else I didn't like about her red beans is that if she made cornbread, what kind of cornbread she used? She used like Betty Crocker or something. I can't remember, but I didn't like her cornbread either. It was either that or she didn't do cornbread. I can't remember. But I know she did because my stepsister used to do this thing where she used to eat her cornbread and milk. Oh, but my auntie Vicky, I like her red beans too. But other than that, it's either I'm eating my mom's red beans or I'm eating Popeyes, you know. I can't stand my mom's spaghetti, but I love her red beans to death. My dad tried to play on her, saying she can't make good red beans. There's no way in hell you think my mom can make good red beans, but you think that red beans out of a can is better. And then had the audacity to tell my stepmom that he wanted her to start putting ground meat in there. For what purpose does ground meat belong to red beans? That's right, I'm putting my dad on blast. I don't even care. I don't even care. Cause you're not gonna play on my mom and say her red beans ain't good. The best red beans in the world. I think this is. You know how, everybody, I'm pretty sure everybody got that one thing that your mom make that it just hit different from everything else. And for me, it's her red beans. Now, the red beans is one thing that I want to know how to make, and I want to make it just like how my mom make it. I don't want to alter the recipe or anything. Now, when it came to her spaghetti and her lasagna, I knew I had to learn how to make it on my own. And now I think I make the best spaghetti in Louisiana. It's a joke. I know some people like to take every little thing you say seriously. But you know how when you cook something, you feeling yourself because you like it because you're making it how you like it. So obviously you're gonna feel like you're making the best thing ever. That's the point. You're making it to your liking. When I started kind of cooking stuff and learning how to cook stuff and making my own way, I wasn't making it based on if other people in the house gonna like it. I was making it based on how I like it because, like I said, normally when my mom would make spaghetti or something like that, I mess up because I don't like it. So I want to talk about something. I want to kind of briefly. So yesterday, me and Steph was talking for a little bit, and we was talking about actors and actresses and everything. And she gave me her list, and I don't remember by the top of my head. I just remember that I know she said number one. She said was Samuel L. Jackson. Number two was Denzel. Three, she said Mark Wahlberg. So before saying Leo or before saying Leonardo DiCaprio or somebody like Liam Neeson or something like that, she says Mark Wahlberg. Now, I want people to understand something. I like Mark Wahlberg. I do think he's a good actor, but not a great one. There's too many people of a higher quality that you could say before you say him. That's like saying Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson before you say so many other people. I don't know how many people like Tom Hanks, but no way I'm putting Mark above Tom Hanks, because Tom Hanks gave us Woody from Toy Story. It was like 4 or 5 Toy Stories. And he gave us Wilson! Like, bro, what are we talking about, bro? That alone makes Tom Hanks, you know what I'm saying, legit. I'm not saying he won the best of the best, but he definitely deserves more flowers than what he probably is given. And definitely put above Mark Wahlberg. Just saying. But enough of that. So something that I was thinking about earlier at work that I wanted to ask y'all is, if you if you have kids, right? And I'll say this obviously even more so for the women than the men, since the women got to go through more of carrying the baby and all the stuff than the man. Like, how much is too much in terms of like discipline? If you choose to discipline your kids from, spankings or whatever, how much is too much? Y'all know there's a divide about disciplining your kids and what is seen as right and what's wrong, and then as an outsider, do you think you have the right to step in if a parent is disciplining their kid, like hitting them and stuff like that? I ain't talking about like no simple little quick little hit on the butt. So I'm talking about like really like beating them down. I ain't talking about kids in their preteen to like early teen years. I'm talking about like little kids, like 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. If you see a kid getting disciplined by their parent, and a parent going ham on them, are you the type of person to step in? And if you do step in, do you feel that it's your place to step in, even though that's not your kid? How I feel about it is, well, me personally, I'm not really a big fan of discipline in the form of like physical, Some kids, I understand, what I'm saying, they ain't no other way. But then that's a topic that's like a whole nother can of worms, because you gotta think about, when you started, disciplining your kids, how you started, when you started disciplining your kids, what's too early, or is there a such thing as too early or too late? There's definitely a such thing as too late, There's definitely a such thing as too late. But can you be too early, Can a parrot go too far? I believe so. It's really hard to say sometimes, because some kids are just so bad, so disrespectful. What can you do? Because sometimes even whooping them don't do nothing. It's like they're immune to it or something. Because, you know, working at Walmart, you're always dealing with customers with kids. A lot of kids crying and whining. It's annoying, I'm not gonna lie. If you're somebody who got offended by me just saying that, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not saying a kid is annoying. I'm saying that they're crying and they're whining is annoying, you know? Um, and there's so many different kinds of like cries out there and stuff like that. Um, but the whining, like that's the thing that really kind of gets under your skin because it's like, oh my god, like you don't want to say it, but it's like, you know, like can you shut up, you know, like I don't want nobody coming on here putting on the red cape in the comment section and acting like they ain't never felt that way. It's impossible not to. Because it's almost like a natural thing for parents to get annoyed of their own kids. So there's no way you don't get annoyed of other people's kids, especially when they're doing all that screaming and hollering and whining and, you know? I don't know, I just wonder because like some parents, I feel like, you know, in terms of trying to be more patient, at least in public, you know, because we don't know what happens behind closed doors. But, you know, they just really kind of like be as patient as they can with their kid. Their kid is whining and stuff, and they're going on and on and on. You know, so um, there's some parents that were able to kind of like, you know, control themselves. And then you got the ones who probably never hit their kids. And some step they must have messed up because they're very, like, they don't listen. They're very hard headed. And, but I also understand that some people grow up knowing from their childhood experiences or whatever, they don't want to be the kind of parent that has to hit their kids. I'm one of those people. But you have to understand that if that's how it's going to be, then you have to be able to find some kind of way, some kind of method or something. And timing too, to be able to discipline them in a very um, straightforward way that's not violent or malicious or anything or terrifying. Um, and just kind of establish very early on that you're the parent and that your child's a child, that they have to obey you, you know? They have to know how to act in different situations, different environments. Because how many times have you ever heard, especially from black families, I can't take you nowhere. You know, next time I'm going to the store without you, you know? Like you hear that a lot. I was told that. Me and my siblings were told that a good bit of times too. But I always find it interesting about myself, I'd say, that when it came to school, I was a good kid. You know, at least in terms of like those elementary years and stuff. Um, Minus a few little things here and there. I was always seen as a good kid. May not necessarily made the best grades, but I was the good kid, the quiet kid. You know, listen. You know what I'm saying? Behave himself. You know, minus a few instances. But at home, I was like a little demon, I guess. You know, especially when I was real. All right. So Chips Ahoy Chewy Red Velvet. I always see these, and I'm not gonna lie. When I seen King Scratch get these, it did make me interested. So I think I had these before, but I don't remember. Like I said, I'm not really biggest Chips Ahoy fan guy. Thing small as hell. I thought it would have been like the regular size Chips Ahoy. Whatever. Let's trying to find a expiration date. I know you're lying. There's no way, bro. So I haven't had a Chips Ahoy in a while. I haven't had the Chewy in an even longer while. But I know that stupid texture that the Chewy Chips Ahoy have that I can't stand. And this is definitely not it. You know why? Because this is stale. This is expired. Now it wasn't that long ago, but it was still long ago enough. December 14th, 2024. And I want people to understand, I didn't get this from Walmart. I got this from Dollar General. I mean, I'm pretty sure these was probably going to still be kind of mid to me anyway, but still. Like I said, I love Red Velvet. And cheers to all the people who now I know somebody's got their red cape on right now, and I know what they're gonna say. It was more your fault because you should have checked the expiration date of the cookies. Two things can be true at the same time, my friend. Should I have looked at the expiration date? Yes, but I didn't. I was rushing. I really not even going there to get this. I went in there to get some milk for my mom to make the cornbread. And obviously, you know, I'm surrounded by treats and all kinds of other stuff. I'm gonna cave in. It's just mostly how it is. But I wanted to implement this into my video. Like I said, I can see if this said January, right? I can see if this expired last week. This was last year. This was December, mid-December of last year. Like, this should have been gone. Like, I'm not gonna, make too much of a big deal about it, but it's disappointing. Even more so because this shit's going in the trash. Like, I don't want no stale ass cookie, expired, out of date ass cookies. I don't know. I've been kind of rambling on. Whatever. Let's go and close this out. So anyway, yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Um, I should mention I did buy brownies, and I did buy ice cream to go with the brownies that I make. But I don't feel like making no brownies. I really don't. That was another reason why I got that, because that was something I was gonna go ahead and snack on for today. But the trash is gonna be snacking on it. So, anyway, it's gonna be it for this video. I love y'all and appreciate y'all. Until next time, peace out.